Hey guys! Okay, so I'm really excited. I've had a lot of people question me about my makeup routine. So I'm going to take you from start to finish. Start as in like washing my face and everything like that. So it may be a little bit long, but I wanted to give you guys every detail that I do in my daily routine in the morning to get ready. So I hope you guys enjoy. Okay, so just getting started, guys, we are going to go from start to finish. So what my daily routine looks like with my face. So I have already washed my face. I use the Art Skincare system. I just get my hands wet with warm water, one pump, and then rub it all over my face. That's what I do. And then I wipe it off with a warm towel, okay, or a washcloth. So wipe my skin clean. Then I take the oh wait, actually, just kidding. Some days I like to wash with the satin face scrub. It's minty, I love it, it's refreshing. So usually in the morning when I'm washing my face, I like to throw this in there. So I wash my face with the Art Skincare System face wash and then the satin face scrub, but it's not necessary. Like I said, I just do it because I love the feel of it. And then I use the refreshing toner, just a little bit, like a dime size on a cotton pad. Rub my face down, kind of rub up in here, all down my neck, just because I love how it feels and it works great. One little hack that I wanted to show you guys too, obviously, I don't know if you know a lot about the Seedlings wipes, but they work great as makeup remover wipes. So I don't even use normal makeup removers anymore, but I use the Seedlings wipes, okay? And I have this little thing that I got like years ago, and it's a wipe dispenser. But I took a pack of my Seedlings wipes and I cut them in half, okay? And then I just pull one out to take my makeup off. I also use them for my kids' hands and mouths because I prefer using non-toxic stuff on their face and their hands because I know they're gonna touch everything. So anyways, Seedlings wipes, great, multi-uses. I also use them as my dryer sheets because dryer sheets have the most chemicals in your home. And so I don't like putting it in my clothes and then having my kids wear their clothes all day long, slowly getting toxins all over their skin, which is their biggest organ of the body. So I much more prefer using the Seedlings wipes, and I found that they work really, really good as dryer sheets, and they smell awesome. I can't take credit for that. I got that from someone else, but I'm just saying, like, I totally stand by it because they work awesome. Okay, so next I use the Light Moisturizer. Now, one thing, I just do one pump right on my face like that because I don't want to put it on my hand. One thing that I've noticed with like the sandalwood moisturizer, it's too greasy for my face. My face is greasy naturally, and so to add that much extra grease to it, it just doesn't go over very well. Now, I know that there's technically good ways to put on moisturizer, brushing up, okay, but I don't usually do that. I just put it on, I rub some on my neck like that. Now, one thing that I do have that you can't actually purchase from Young Living, it's very, very special, the Amore Essence. I call it Amore Essence, but I'm pretty sure I'm saying that wrong, so I think it's Amore Essence. Now, this you get at beauty school. You cannot get a bottle of it unless you've attended a beauty school. So, if for nothing else, attend beauty school just so you can get this bottle of oil. I literally just got it. I just started using it, but I love it. It not only does it smell good, but I feel like it's really helped my skin overall, just my skin tone, the smoothness of it. I don't know, I just love it. So I usually literally just put one drop on my finger and then dab it all around my face. And I rub it in like right after I do the moisturizer because my skin is still moisturized. And so it rubs in really easy. Some people don't like the smell of it. I love it. I think it smells really pretty. Kind of floral. It is strong. So it's a strong smelling one. Okay, but ta-da. You guys are seeing my face in all its glory. So this is what it looks like. I do have a couple breakout spots, but not as bad as normal. So the thing that I love about the Savvy Minerals makeup, as we're going to get into my makeover, I love it because it can be full coverage. I can cover up all these spots. My dark eyes, I get to cover all of that up by simply using the Savvy Minerals foundation. And so we're going to get into how I use it, how I do my makeup, all that good stuff, because I want to show you guys how easy it can be and the kind of results you can get by using non-toxic, totally safe, beautiful, beautiful Savvy Minerals makeup. Alrighty, so now for the fun part. We are gonna go ahead and get started with our Savvy Makeover. I'm really excited about this. I hope you guys are too. I just wanted to, first off, talk about the Savvy Mineral Brushes. I absolutely love them. Currently, I only have 5. They just had a rally and they came out with a bunch more. And they are on my to-get list. But they are pricey. They're like, I think they're 89 bucks wholesale cost, but they are totally worth it. They're from Italy. They're the softest brushes I have ever used in my entire life. I feel like angel babies. So there's 5 of them that come in the like brush set, and then you can obviously add to them. First of all, there's the veil brush. Okay, so this is for their veil diamond dust. It's awesome. It's just so smooth. There is the blush brush. Okay, so it's like thin and wide. Love it. There is the foundation brush. Okay, this is totally worth it. If nothing else, get this brush because it's stinking awesome. There is the blending eyeshadow brush. Long, flowy, wonderful. Ooh, to see all that eyeshadow. Okay, and then there is just an eyeshadow brush. Okay, so thin, a little stiffer. Love it. Now, I will also be using a bunch of brushes that I have from high school because I have them and I haven't gotten my other brushes from Young Living yet. So these are the brushes I'm using that I've had for a really long time. So I just wanted to show you guys those because I'll be using those throughout the video as well. So first of all, I'm trying to decide what kind of eyeshadow I want to do, but we'll just start off with doing foundation, concealer, all that kind of stuff. Misting spray is a must. Some people say use water. I say don't. I say just use the misting spray. It's $15 a bottle. This bottle has lasted me a very long time, and I use a ton of it. Okay, so misting spray, it smells awesome. It's good for your skin. Totally love it. Now, I am going to be using this brush. This is my teeny tiny little concealer brush. These are MAC brushes. Like I said, I've had them for forever. But this is the one that I use for concealer. Young Living just came out with a concealer brush, which I will probably replace this one with that because this one is super duper bold. I use Cool One for my face. Oh, sorry. You can do a color match with your skin, you know, see if you can find a color that's good for you. Sometimes you have to mix and match the foundations to get the tone that you desire. But I use Cool One both for my foundation and for my concealer because I have super light skin. So if you're going to use it wet, I put a little bit in the cap because you don't want to get the water in the powder mix, okay? Now, I didn't show you guys what I just did. I spray one spray into the cap of the Savvy Minerals lid thingy, okay? Because I feel like I waste it when I try to spray it on the brush. I just don't like doing that. So I put it in here, and then I'm able to just dip my brush in the liquid in the cap. So ta-da, little hack, save, use some misting spray. Okay, so then I kind of make it into a paste. All right, you can't really see, the lighting is horrible in here, I'm sorry guys. But I make it into a paste on the end of my brush, okay? And then I always start with my under eye because that's where I notice it the most. To get my brush a little wetter. Okay. There we go. Made it into a nice paste. You can make it more liquidy if you want, but if you need like really good concealer, I like to make it more of a thick paste for the red spots. So like my chin. And honestly, you guys, this really does give me a very flawless look on my skin. I won't go as far as saying airbrush because I think airbrush actually looks more fake. But it's a natural, flawless look. Now, one thing I will say, I was freaking out probably the first couple times that I did my makeup because it looks really like, I don't know if you can see, but sometimes it looks like it dries really quick and gets all bumpy and like not pretty, okay? So the first couple times I did it, I was like, ew, this looks gross. But once you blend in the foundation, like once you do the powdery foundation part, it usually blends in really, really nice. And on the eyes, I'm not too concerned either because I usually cover it up with eyeshadow. Okay. So, getting all of these little spots. Under my nose. Okay. I'm gonna try to make this as entertaining as I can for you guys because I know watching someone do their makeup isn't super fun. But I just wanted to do it because I've had a lot of people ask me how in the world I do my makeup. Okay, so I'm gonna be done with the concealer part. Now I take this awesome foundation brush. Okay, so these brushes are short and stubby, so it leaves for a much tougher, I guess, brush, which is great for doing your foundation. So again, you can do the dry powder foundation. You can just take it right from there, but I like to get my brush a little bit wet when I do this. I don't make it into a paste. Again, you can make it like really thick if you need more full coverage. The way that I do it as well is I kind of squeeze the top of the brush and then I spritz, okay? Sometimes I have to do two because I miss. I'm horrible with aim. And then I just kind of dab off a little bit of the wet. Ding, 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 putting it in the cap. And then I tap off the excess, okay? And then, oh, look at how thick that is. But I just blend it in, okay? Okay, I hope you guys are kind of seeing how this is working. My camera is stuck to my bathroom mirror with this little sticky thing that I got. Thank you, Facebook ads. Okay, another thing that I will recommend, I was walking around with the wrong color on my face all summer. And no matter how much, like I was using Cool 1 as my concealer and then I was using Cool 3 as my foundation. It was way too dark. And so I noticed like my neckline, it just looked horrible because you could see a big color difference. So that's when I made the switch to just Cool 1. Okay. So there we go. Now, again, I just washed my face, so it's still a little bit red spotty in certain areas. And this light is a little bit unforgiving, so you guys are seeing lots of my spots. In natural light, it does really well. Like, my skin looks a lot more flawless. I'm gonna do just a little bit more. Usually I work my way to dry. Like, my brush usually ends up being more dry by this point anyways. And my cheeks always look really blotchy and pink, but I'm gonna be adding some blush and some bronzer, and so it'll kind of cover up those spots. Okay, there we go. Ta-da! So that is my concealer and foundation. Moving on to the next step. So this is usually what I do. Again, I don't know if this is technically how you're supposed to do your makeup, but that's how I do my makeup. Young Living has 3 different blushes. I currently have Passionate and Smashing. Passionate is too dark for me. It's a very dark blush color, but I'm going to show you guys a little trick with that later. But it's pretty dark, so I don't use it for my skin tone, but it would be awesome for darker skin tones. Like, if I had dark skin, I would totally be using it. And then the bronzer, there's 2 bronzers. The one that I have is Crowned All Over, and I can't remember the name of the other one. But I love Crowned All Over. I literally never used blush before getting Young Living, or I mean bronzer. I never used bronzer before I got Young Livings, and I wish I would have known about it sooner because I would have been using it. Okay, so I take the blush brush, okay, and I dab it a little bit in the bronzer. I do my bronzer before my blush. Again, you could probably do it whatever way you wanted, but I got some on there, knock off all the super powdery stuff. I do it on my forehead. I do it on my cheeks. I do it on my nose and my chin, just a little bit on my chin. And then I actually, like, I take the bronzer and I brush it under my neck a little bit because I have a really white neck. And to have it a little bit darker. Okay, ta-da. All right, so that was my bronzer. So getting into the blush, I'm using Smashing. It's a very, very light pink color, and when I first got it, I was actually kind of discouraged because I could hardly notice it on my cheeks. So my upline friend, Anna, taught me this little trick, and I love it. And so now I love using the Smashing blush, okay? So what she does is she takes her blush brush, okay, sprays her hand, gets her blush brush wet, like that, okay? It's not soaking, but it's damp, all right? And then she dabs it in the blush. Okay, so I have a decent amount on there. And it turns it kind of into a paste, okay? So there we go. I'm gonna go on my cheekbone a little bit. See that? I don't know if you guys can see that, but ta-da! Okay, so I go on both my cheeks. I do get my brush wet in between applications just to make sure that it's picking it up really good. Okay, and then I do a little bit on my nose just to get my nose a little rosy. And get a little bit more just to use it all up. Okay, here we go. Alrighty guys, so we are moving on to our eyes, and eyes are probably my favorite just because they really pull your whole face together. So first off, I'm gonna do my eyebrows. I need to pluck them, so please don't judge me, but I use the multitasker. The multitasker is good for eyebrows, eyeshadow, cover up gray hairs, which I don't have yet, but, and then there was one other thing that it was good for. Eyebrows, eyeshadow, covering grays, and I can't remember. So anyways, but it's great multitasker. Oh, eyeliner, duh. Okay, so you can use it as an eyeliner. If you don't like the jet setter, which is the black eyeliner, you can use the multitasker as your eyeliner. I love black, so I always go for black. But I have this teeny little brush, which actually I had from my previous eyebrow kit thing that is now in the garbage, but I love the brush, so I kept the brushes. So I just dab the brush in the multitasker and then I knock off the excess. And then I kind of come in and I just line my brow really quick. Okay. Ta-da. And then I fill it in a little bit. You can go really bold with your eyebrows because mine need plucked and shaped. I am not going bold with them. Otherwise, I would look crazy. It still looks really bold because I have nothing else on. So that's my eyebrow. I'm able to define it a little bit, and I'll do that here in a second, but here we go. Getting both of them done. Look at that. Eyebrows. This allows me to make my nice look for my kids. Excuse me. See that? Yeah. Nailed it. Just kidding. Okay, and then I just take a little eyebrow alchemy thingy. You gotta pardon me because I don't know any of the technical terms for this stuff. So, ta-da, there's my eyebrows. This one's a little thick on the edge, so I will clean that up real quick. One thing I will tell you to invest in, these little makeup Q-tips. They're lifesavers, and I love them. You just get them a little bit wet. I didn't even get this one wet, but I'm able to just clean up my brow a little bit more pointy on the edges. Okay, so there's my eyebrows. Like I said, they're a little bit dark, but once I get my eyeliner, eyeshadow, all that kind of stuff on there, they don't look as freaky. Alrighty, so I am going to start off my eyes with using Best Kept Secret. It's a matte color, and I'm just doing it because I want like a backdrop on my art canvas of my eyeballs. So I'm going to start off with this one. It depends on what color I'm going to go for. Usually that determines what I'm going to put in the background. Sometimes I don't even use the back eyeshadow, but I'm going to try to go with my fall colored sweater. So I just get some on the blending brush because it's my biggest, fluffiest brush, and I just, okay, ta-da. That's pretty much all that I do, just to get kind of like just a general color in the back. And you can hardly even tell it's on there. Like, there's nothing. If you wanted to go bolder with that, you could get your brush wet. I always, get your brush wet if you want to go bold, but I don't want to go bold. So I just did that. Now I think I'm gonna try, I've never done this one before, but I'm gonna do Unscripted. It's another matte color, but it's purple-ish, and I love it. I think it's really pretty. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the cap because I am gonna go bolder with this color. And hopefully, I'm just gonna, sorry, I forgot to clean my brushes before this. This is one of the other brushes that I had from my old set. It's a very fluffy, big, fat brush, and I like it. So I'm gonna use this get it, I am getting it a little bit wet, and I'm just barely getting it wet. I don't want it super duper soaked. And then I kind of make this into a little bit of a paste, okay? Ta-da. Again, I put it in the cap. I got quite a bit on my brush, but that's because I want to make sure that it's very noticeable, okay? So there we go. And work it out. Alright. That is a really pretty color. I kid you not, this is the first time that I've actually used it. Now I keep this extra one, it's like my extra fluffy brush, just to brush away the stuff that falls, because I get little crumbs that fall all over. Alright, so I got my brush wet again. The back of my hand usually has tons of makeup on it because I like to wipe my brushes off. Okay, so other eye now. My apologies because y'all are seeing some ugly faces up in here. I do that ugly mouth thing. Alright. There we go. Now this may seem like a really long process to you guys, but that's because I'm doing a step-by-step tutorial. When I'm just doing it for myself in the morning as I'm getting ready, it takes me probably 10 to 15 minutes. Unless it's something new that I've never tried before, like this. Now I did a smoky eye before, and I've done a tutorial on that. And that's using the Jet Setter black eyeliner, so it's very, very bold. And then using the other color. So I'm kind of doing the same thing, the smoky eye thing, but not as bold, and I'm using the unscripted, which is the purple. So I'm pretty much gonna go for, now I'm just lightening it as I go. I think I'm gonna use this peachy color. And hold on, I'm trying to think, do I wanna do more peach or more pink? You know what, I think I'm gonna go with the Crush-In, which is more of a pink color. So I'm gonna show you guys that color, okay? Again, I'm putting it in my cap because I'm probably gonna go with a bolder transition. I'm wiping out, I'm gonna use the same brush, so I'm wiping out the extra purple. I'm gonna get it wet again. All right, again, my little cap trick. And I am just gonna brush along the sides because my brush is already kind of wet. Here we go, dab, dab, dab. Getting it kind of pasty. And then brush in. Oh, that looks nice. Okay, and with this second color, I'm just going about mid-eye. Okay? So, ta-da. Alright, so that's mid-eye. Getting kind of a peachy, pinky color in there. There's one that's more of a peach color that's really pretty, and I like using that. That one is great for like springtime, or if you're just wanting to go for a lighter color, and I love it. Okay, so there we go. All right, and I've blended a little bit. Okay, so that one was Crush-In. I gotta remember this combo because I'm loving it so far. Okay, and then these two are probably my favorites. This is Residual and Wanderlust. So they're like the white and the kind of cream. Totally love it. So now I'm gonna use the eyeshadow brush that Young Living has, like the Savvy brush, okay? I am gonna get it a little bit wet, and I'm gonna go with the Residual first because it's the darker of the two. It's kind of like a beigeish. Oh man, this lighting is horrible, sorry guys. But I'm gonna make it a little bit pasty. You don't wanna be smearing the dark into the center of your eye. You wanna be pushing it the other way. So that's why I always do that. Okay. There we go. So that is the Residual. Working it over. Can you guys see this? It's turning out really pretty. I'm not trying to brag on myself. I'm just really excited because it actually looks pretty nice. And then last but not, well, actually it's not last. This one is the Wanderlust. I love Wanderlust. It's their whiter or their lightest eyeshadow, at least that I have right now. Again, I'm gonna use the same brush, so I just wipe off the excess. Do you see my hand? It's like getting covered in in makeup. Okay, so I wiped off the excess. I'm just getting just a teeny tiny bit of water, or the misting spray, because it's still wet a little bit. Again, working from the corner out. And the corner out. And this one I don't use a ton of. It's just enough to blend my eyes in. Okay, now another trick, it's not really a trick, but I dab in the Wanderlust, I dab the blending brush. And then I just kind of work this in a circle, and I don't use a lot, okay? You don't want to use too much because you don't want to affect the color of your eyes. Okay, so yep, we're just blending it in. Okay, so there we go. Ah, I love it. Looks nice, right? I hope. Well, if you don't like it, I do. I love it. Okay, so another thing that I love doing is using the Veil Diamond Dust. Okay, so this is kind of like their other makeup companies do, like translucent powders. So this is pretty much what that is, except I feel like it's way better because it's Young Living. I may be a little biased, but okay, so again, I get some in the cap because I'm gonna make kind of like a white-ish eyeshadow paste. And this is just something that I do because I love how it brightens up my eyes. First of all, I like to line my brow a little bit just to lighten my brow. Okay. So it didn't do a whole lot, but it does enough that you can see the lighting. It's not like contouring, but there we go. Okay. And then I love to take a little bit and highlight the corners of my eyes and go underneath. Okay. And this side. There we go. And then I'll take the blending brush again and just kind of go over the corner and up into the brow to make sure that it doesn't look super choppy, because sometimes it does. And there, we're blended. All right, so now we're gonna get into the part that intimidates a lot of people, eyeliner. Now it actually is a whole lot easier than it looks, and I've had a lot of practice, so practice makes perfect. I'm still not perfect. But I use this brush. Again, this is not a Young Living brush, but they did just come out with an eyeliner brush that I'm excited to get, but it's an angled brush, it's super thin. And then on the other side, they have, with the Young Living one, they have a very pointed brush. Okay, so I'm gonna get it wet with my misting spray. Okay, so I got it, I dipped it in my cap again. Love the cap. And then I put some of the eyeliner. Do you see how gross my cap is? It's because I always make the paste in the cap. I gotta get it a little bit more wet. The key is consistency with this. You don't want it too watery, or maybe you do. Maybe if you want a really thin line, you can get it extra watery. I like it semi-thick, so I like to create more of a paste. All right, so here we go. I pull my eye tight like this, and then I start from the corner, and I bring it over. I usually do about 2, and then I add a little bit of a flare at the end. Okay, so that's my eyeliner on my one eye. Go ahead and do it on this side. Tip, you use this side at the front. Don't know if you knew that. I'm just telling you because I'm just gonna assume that you don't know how to use these brushes. Anything I can do to be helpful. Sometimes I do flip it and then come in this way, but usually I start that way. Okay, so there, ta-da. Gonna flare this one out a little bit more. Okay, now one thing that's great about Young Living Savvy Mineral Makeup, it's super forgiving. So like I said, if you have these makeup Q-tips, they're great. You just get them a little bit damp and you can correct your eyeliner, like you can define it. Now what I usually do is I always do my eyeshadow and then I put my eyeliner over it. If you do your eyeliner first and then your eyeshadow, it'll cover up a lot of the eyeliner. If you're really nervous about doing your eyeliner, you can always apply it first and then do eyeshadow over it and just maybe reapply eyeliner afterwards or whatever. But yeah, it's pretty forgiving. I'm able to usually get it done. Now, one thing that I'm really excited about is the Young Living mascara. I didn't realize how many toxins I was putting on my body, first of all. And to have the mascara with chemicals in it so close to my eyes, I already have bad eyes. So to find mascaras that, first of all, wouldn't irritate my eyes was pretty rough. And then to find ones that I was able to apply knowing that it was safe, I couldn't find any. So I'm really glad that Young Living came out with a mascara. Currently they just have the black, but I always use black, so to me it's awesome. There we go. I'm just gonna apply some. I'm gonna teach you guys a little hack here in just a second. It is pretty liquidy, so I recommend letting it dry really well before you open your eyes wide. Okay. There we go. Now here's my hack. I just did it just on the top. I'm going to do the bottom in a second because I always do top and bottom. Taking the Veil Diamond Dust again, dabbing my blending brush in it, and then I'm painting it on. Or like dusting it on, I guess I should say. Dusting the diamond dust on. Alright. Both sides. Here we go. Alright, so pretty much what I'm doing here is I'm building on my eyelashes. Okay, so now I've got a pretty decent layer of the diamond dust on my eyes. And I'm going to go back over it with the mascara. Okay. So now I'm getting a really bold lash, which I love. Who doesn't love luscious looking lashes? This mascara is also infused with lavender oil, which is great for supporting healthy hair. So ta-da. Alright, so that is on my top lashes. I'm not going to open my eyes fully. I'm going to use this, which is my daughter's Sunday school paper. I'm just going to try to dry my eyes a little bit quicker. So the first time I used the mascara, I made the mistake of doing my under eye lashes right away. And so then I had mascara all up in here, and so I had to go back and correct. So while those are drying a little bit better, again, I'm looking kind of dopey here, but I'm going to take my Veil Diamond Dust, and I'm going to just do it all over my face. The diamond dust is sparkly. I love sparkles. It's not like glitter, so it's not big chunks. It's just diamondy dusty. Now, you can also use this as a highlighter if you're really good at contouring. I am not. I don't really care about contouring, honestly. Oh, look at that. See that? Got a line of the mascara. Do not fret. Just take my little Q-tip. Doop. I'm just gonna clean her right up there. There we go. All right. My son is out there calling for me. Okay, so there we go. Alrighty guys, now we are jumping into lips. Yeah, kisses. So we want to make them look luscious and delicious. Okay, so what I'm actually doing is I'm taking a pointy brush that I have. Again, not a Young Living brush. And I'm going to get it a little bit wet. Now, this is something new that I'm trying, okay? Now, I'm not just using just the lipstick or whatever. We are going to get into that. But I am going to create a lip liner. And I'm going to use the multitasker. So this is something new for me. I've never done it before. So hopefully it doesn't totally flop. Otherwise that will be embarrassing. But we're going to try it. Okay. All right. Looks kind of bold. I'm just kind of hoping that this is the same as all the other things, that once you put it all together, it looks really good. Okay. It's actually really, really nice as a lip liner color. It's just a brown lip liner. Look at that. Look how bad. It's pretty, you know, lip linery. Okay, and then I'm going to, I'm actually going to wipe this off and do a couple other lipstick ideas. But I'm going to use, for this time, I'm going to use Daydream lipstick. Okay, I only have 2 of the lipsticks right now. I'm about to get more, but I got these 2 to start out. Okay, what do you guys think? Okay, so that just gives you a little bit of a bolder lip. I don't know if I love it, but it's an idea. And this lip gloss, oh, okay, look at that. Once you put the lip gloss on, it kind of blends it a little bit more. All right, so there. Got some bold lips. Okay, that was my first one. Oh, the lip gloss that I used was, I think this one is Embrace. Yeah, Embrace, so it's a lighter color. So it's more just like a, there's a couple different lip glosses. Again, I have more coming. I'm so excited to get them. But I want to show you guys a couple other lip tricks. Again, I haven't actually tried these personally, but I've watched other people do them. So I'm going to wipe this off. Get my Savvy, or not my Savvy, my Seedling wipe. Okay. Now, some people have asked about red lipstick. It's not a thing with Young Living. And I'm kind of like, at first I was like, oh, that's a bummer because people love red, right? Love the bold red look. But the reason they aren't doing that is because they cannot technically create a bright red, bold red look without using synthetic stuff. And Young Living is totally against that, whoop, whoop, which is a bummer. But at the same time, when I think about it, I'm like, well, I'm so glad that they are not going to compromise for money's sake, that they aren't going to just create a lipstick that does have synthetics in it to appease people's desire for red lipstick. So just cleaning my brush really quick. It's already wet, so it's not really gonna matter. Okay, so here we go again. I am taking the same pointy brush. You can use whatever kind of brush you want though. And this time I'm actually gonna just be using the Passionate blush. Okay, so I mentioned this earlier in the video. It's much darker, so I don't use it for my skin tone. You can use it to like add texture or depth to your skin. I couldn't even use it for that because it just looked crazy. But I'm getting my wet brush covered a little bit in the Passionate. And this is more just to create a darker color for your lips. Hello fall, right? And the blush already has some shimmer in it. So it adds kind of this beautiful sparkle to your lips. So this one is almost more like a lip stain than it would be a lipstick or lip gloss. Okay, so do you see that? It's a little bit darker. And then of course I'm going to add lip gloss over this because I love lip gloss. Once it gets on there, it dries up pretty quick. Do you see that though? It's added a little bit of darker color. And then I'm gonna add the Abundant lip gloss so it's more pinky. Just gonna put it over just to see what it looks like. And this one I probably, look at that, that looks pretty. I'm not a dark lip person, so I am strictly doing this just to show you guys different options. There you go. So now you have a dark glossy look for your lips, okay? It's okay. I mean, like, it's really pretty if you're going for a darker color. I love that idea. Again, I'm wiping it off. I'm still using that same seedlings wipe because you can use a lot of that. It is a pretty auburn color. All right. So there we go. Now for me, on my everyday usage, I can't even remember which one I used, but I'm gonna go for this one. Did I just use that lipstick? I did. So I'm gonna switch it up actually. Changing my mind. I don't know if you guys have gotten these lipsticks yet, but look at, it's got a Young Living branded thing stamped into it. How fun. Generally, I just do lipstick. See? And I'm not a lipstick person, but these lipsticks are light enough for me that I feel comfortable using them and wearing them, and it doesn't seem too crazy. Okay, and then I always do a gloss over it. Now the other thing that I do too is, like, for days that I'm not wanting to dress up, Young Living's chapstick is the bomb.com. Like, it goes on and it looks like you just have gloss on, which is weird because it's a chapstick, but I love it. Like, it gives me a glossy, luscious lipped look without all of the gloss, you know, like when I'm not in the mood to wear a gloss. The other thing too is these glosses are great. They're infused with peppermint oil, which I'm not gonna go crazy and say it makes your lips look 20 times bigger, because it doesn't. But it just, first of all, I love the tingly feeling of it. I think that feels great. But it can plump your lips up a little bit, and it's not too much that it burns, because I've tried other lip plumpers that burn like crazy. So anyways, so that is my full look, guys. Like I said, this video is long because I've been doing a step-by-step. Usually for me to attain this look, it takes 10-15 minutes. So I'm going to do my hair, and then I'm going to jump back on and just show you guys what I look like when I'm ready to walk out the door. Okay guys, so this is my look. What was the straight hair today? It's either straight or curly, one of the two. So this is what I look like. Now I'm ready to go out of my house. So you can see a little bit like my skin has stopped being so pink from the face wash. So usually by the time my makeup's done, it's less pink anyways. And this is what I look like. This is usually like part of my daily routine. The eyeshadow is a new one for me. And like I said, the lip liner and stuff like that, that's all new. So that's usually not how it looks. But I wanted to show you guys a couple different tips and tricks with your makeup. So, ta-da! Thanks for joining me. I hope it was fun, entertaining. It was a bit long, but hey, beauty takes time, right? All right, check in with y'all later. Bye.